Hello everyone, and welcome back to Jesse Hecht Creative. Today we're going over the enemies and bosses of the Super Mario Bros. Series, starting with the first game, Super Mario Bros. With action figures by Jakks Specific. Now let's get to it. Starting off with the first enemy that you ever meet in the games, this is the little Goomba. Technically, yes, it's smaller than the 4-inch Goomba. This 2.5-inch Goomba looks really nice straight from the games. I love it. You get a little articulation down here with a swivel going all the way around, but that's basically it for this character. The paint and sculpt are really nice too. I love the eyebrows. Very nice touch on this one. And the little Goomba scales very nicely with Mario at about, I would say, 1¼ inches taller. So next up is the green Koopa Troopa, looking really great from the games. Not the NES games, mind you, but the current ones. And don't mind these holes in the back. We'll get to what those are later on. I'm not sure why this Koopa Troopa is putting his fist up. Maybe he's angry that his eyes are changed as far as newer figures go. I really miss these black eyes. Bring them back, Jakks. Other than that, the figure has really nice paint and pretty alright articulation at least. This arm can move up and out a little bit and down. The head can swivel a little bit. This can't move at all, sadly. And the legs can't really move that much. A little bit up and down, but that's basically it. Little barcodes and stuff at the bottom of the feet, yada yada. It's a nice Koopa Troopa figure, but not one that I would like. It should be more inert without the fist up. And the Koopa Troopa scales very nicely next to Mario at about, I would say, 2 inches tall or so. Next up would be the red Koopa Troopa, if I had one, but I do think the green Koopa Troopa looks nice as well. This paint on the back is very nice and pretty understated. It's awesome. The Piranha Plant is one of my favorite Mario enemies. I love how this looks. The paint is super nice on this figure, especially those little dots. Very nicely done. It's basically Audrey 2 from Little Shop of Horrors, and I just love it. Yeah, it's very nice. I do love how it can swivel as well all the way around. That's kind of it. This can move up and down a little bit as well. And the teeth look great on the inside, as does this pipe on the bottom. It's super cool, and I wish we could have more in different colors. And here's the Piranha Plant next to Mario for scale, standing at about, I would say, 2.5–2¼ inches taller. So going back to this figure, the green Paratroopa. Yes, that is why the holes are in the back to hold the wings. They do rotate around a little bit, flap up and down, back and forth. It's a ball joint. They do work really well for this figure. I like how they look. You can even take them off and have a regular Koopa Troopa. So yeah, go nuts. That's how it is in the games, at least anyways. The cheep-cheep looks very nice, but doesn't really have anything flat, so it's very hard to sort of stand. I wish there was a stand for this figure. It would have been awesome. It looks great anyways. Really on model with the games. I love this weird little mohawk thing it has, fin or whatever. The fin on the back is very cute as well, and these wings over here are reminiscent of the Paratroopas. The giant lips are fun too. I don't like the angry eyes though. I like the kind of dumb eyes a little bit. I'm not sure. Are these ones that like home in on you? Let me know in the comments. And the cheep-cheep's fins can move all the way around both of them, and that's basically it. Not too much for this figure, and not my favorite really. The green cheep-cheeps do move along a straight line no matter what, even going past the screen border. Here's the green cheep-cheep next to Mario for scale, standing at about, I would say, 1¾ 2 inches taller or so. These eyes are more what I'm talking about. I would love to switch between the two cheep-cheeps. That'd be really awesome, but that being said, it's just a rehash of the other figure with different eyes, as well as a more vibrantly red color scheme. Yeah, these can rotate too. They look nice. I like this cheep-cheep more a little bit. It's kind of cute, but I wish it were green. The other was red. That'd be nice. The red cheep-cheeps do move, but they kind of patrol in a certain area and just stay in their lane, so that's pretty nice at least. Here's the red cheep-cheep next to Mario for scale, standing at about, I would say, 2 inches tall, 1¾ inches tall or so. The blooper, another one of my favorite Mario enemies, sadly isn't pink in this incarnation. He is all white and looking very nice though. Super clean except for that thing back there, but yeah, he's good. Not much to say about this figure. It's more of a statue really. It's on a stand and doesn't really do anything aside from that, so yeah, that stand is really helpful over here. I do wish the eyes were given one more coat of paint to look a little bit better, but other than that, it's a really nice figure and looks really cute next to the rest, I think. I must say though, this isn't two halves of the same piece. It's actually curved a little in the front. It's a nice little detail that most would miss, but I think is very nice. You can't see the seam line over here. It's kind of a shame. And here's the blooper staying next to Mario for scale at about, I would say, 2.5–2¾ inches taller. So the Hammer Bro is up next. Everyone's least favorite character to encounter in the Mario universe. Very difficult to defeat, but rewarding as well. Yeah, he just won't stop throwing hammers hammers, and it's very deadly. I mean, look at this hammer. It's huge. It'll knock your block off. The paint in this figure is very nicely done. I love the green over here. I wish they did one in black, though, to match the games, as well as a certain first boss from Mario RPG. The face paint isn't really that great, though, I think, on this, and on the hammer, it's kind of shoddy. Not too good at all. My biggest complaint, however, and I hate complaining about this, is exactly. This thing falling off all the time. The hand was not designed to grip it that way, I guess. I'm not sure. And yeah, it's kind of frustrating to not have this character be able to hold the hammer. It's weird. They could have done a little fist with a circle, but instead they have this little grasping hand, and it just doesn't work. It works for a time if you get exactly right, but it doesn't work like 90% of the time. It's sad. Shame. You can swivel the head on this all the way around, as well as go up and down over here, up and down over here, and nothing much for this, and have the figure hold the hammer if it even wants to hold it. Let's try again. Nope. At least off screen it works with holding this. Yeah, I'm gonna just keep this as is. And here's the hammer bro staying next to Mario for scale at about, I would say, 2¼ inches taller, so. The red paratroopa shows up, but I don't have that in this scale, so we'll have to go with green. Yeah, good figure, I guess. Why is that fist up? I don't get it. Hello everyone, and thank you so much for watching so far. Make sure to click like, subscribe, share, leave a comment, and hit the bell icon for more creativity. Now let's get back to it. While the Lakitu does not appear in 2.5-inch scale, the Spiny's egg does that the Lakitu throws. It's really cool, actually. No articulation or anything, but it's just a great accessory for the Lakitu. It looks super nice, and I just love this piece a lot. There is a lot of missed potential, though, with this piece. They could recolor it and give it to Spike as an accessory. I don't know why they did that a while ago. They really should. It would be great. And here's Mario next to the Spiny's egg, looking really nicely in scale with it. Actually, you could jump over that thing. That's pretty awesome. And the Spiny's egg stands at about, I would say, 1 inch to 1¼ inches tall or so. And from the Spiny's egg comes the Spiny itself. This is really cute, actually. I love how grumpy it looks in there. Very adorable. The shadowing and shading looks really nice too, giving an extra menace. This is a very tough enemy that you can't defeat without a fire flower. Ooh, spooky. And the design is really peak, honestly. We have this shell with a lot of spikes on it, and the bottom is really nicely too. It's painted a little bit actually with yellow on the inside, and the pads are painted in tan. I'm also super glad that this piece over here is done on the bottom instead of on the top or something, or on the back. It's just great. And you do get articulation going up and down over here, up and down over here, as well as a little bit of up and down over here and here. A little tail too. This is just amazing. I love this little figure. Very cute. And here's the Spiny next to Mario, standing at about, I would say, 1 inch to 1¼ inches taller, so very in scale with the Spiny egg. But I feel like in terms of iconicness and adorableness, the Buzzy Beetle has the Spiny beat. It's just so cute. Look at this little guy. I love him so much. The little red scary eyes are adorable, as is the shadowing beneath them, the shadowing above them from the shell, and the little feet. Look at those little feet. The shell is nice too. Very smooth, very dark blue, and shines with light really nicely on the top. The little tail's adorable as well, and the white is painted excellently, or at least sculpted. And the little feet are very cute too. I love those. And we have the same yellow paint in the bottom, as well as all the little legalese barcode things on there, with some articulation here, here, here on this one, here on that one. Ooh, cute. It's just a really great, very cute figure that can cling to ceilings and then drop and then spin in your direction. And here's the Buzzy Beetle next to Mario for scale, with the Buzzy Beetle standing at about, I would say, 1 inch to 1¼ inches tall or so. And while the turtle cannon doesn't exist yet, the bullet bill does, appearing out of thin air off the side of the screen, looking super awesome in this case. I've always loved bullet bills. They're really cool. They can like track you and move and shoot from one side of the screen to another. But this figure just looks great. The eyes are really nice too. I love how they look. The little light on it, the highlight, as well as the mean little half circle kind of thing is really great on here. The little fists on the side are really cute, and you can rotate them all around for some kind of big haymaker move this bullet bill's gonna make. Wow, this is stiff joint over here. But let's talk about the back. They put a little sticker on it that indicates that there's fire coming out of this thing, and it's just great. I love how that looks. Also, the legalese is over here too. Whatever, I guess. It's just an all-around great figure, and it is a round figure, actually, with a little bit of point on the tip, so that's pretty neat over here. I love that. I would eventually love to see a bullet bill launcher, but that may not be that kid-friendly, so yeah, let's just keep it to the bullet bill itself. And there's good variants of this one, too. And here's the bullet bill next to Mario for scale, standing at about 2 inches tall or so. And while I thought I wouldn't put him in this review, here he is. You know him, you love him, the king of the Koopas, Bowser. This is the Bowser from the Bridge Battle set, and he's much more improved. Better paint, better sculpt work on him. I just love how he looks. Sadly, the articulation wasn't really improved. You get some left and right over here, up all the way this far, and up all the way this far, and here nothing really for the legs or tail. It's kind of a shame, sadly. I do eventually hope we get a much better Bowser with maybe arms that go up like this out and legs that can actually move. That would be amazing, Jakks. Maybe a nodding head, who knows? But for Bowser, I actually thought I could include him in this video full of enemies because technically he can turn into them, such as in World 1, Bowser turns into a Goomba. In World 2, Bowser turns into a green Koopa Troopa. In World 3, Bowser turns into a Buzzy Beetle. In World 4, Bowser turns into a Spiny. In World 5, Bowser turns into a Lakitu, even though he's not in this scale yet. In World 6, Bowser turns into a Blooper. And finally, in World 7, Bowser turns into a Hammer Bro. In World 8, Bowser actually is Bowser himself. That's it. This is who he is. This is who you see fall into the lava. That must be horrible. But I'm just glad to have a Bowser that fits really nicely on the shelf next to the other 2.5-inch figures, even if the SH Figuarts one is my preferred Bowser for this scale. And here's Bowser standing next to Mario for scale, but I think that Bowser is way too short in this incarnation. Bowser does stand at about 2.5 inches tall, but he should be at least 3.25 inches tall to be a bigger threat for Mario. Here's all the Mario enemies of World 1, the little Goomba, the green Koopa Troopa, and the Piranha Plant. Here's all the Mario enemies of World 2, the green Paratroopa, the green cheep-cheep, the red cheep-cheep, and the Blooper. And here's all the Mario enemies of Worlds 3 to 5, the Hammer Bro, the Spiny's Egg, the Spiny, the Buzzy Beetle, and the Bullet Bill. Overall, the original enemies. It's great to see how the Mario series has grown from this, and it's really wonderful to see all these enemies in one area. The designs are equally cute and threatening, strange and weird. They are an amalgam of many things, but all of them are out for Mario. I do love these little 2.5-inch figures, and I wish a lot more of them were available, such as the red Koopa Troopa, who I cannot find anywhere. I also love how many enemies take from Bowser, such as the Koopa Troopas and the Spinies, in looks as well as color scheme. You know they're all Bowser's minions. And I'd love to see a slightly larger Bowser, something a little bit more threatening and taller, and not this little short guy we have here. If you're a fan of Mario, the Super Mario Bros. Series, or action figures in general by Jakks, then you'll love these figures. They're all really awesome. If you can only get a few, then I would highly recommend getting Bowser, maybe a Goomba, a Buzzy Beetle, and a Piranha Plant or so. But make no mistake, on the field of battle, these minions are merciless. So which of Bowser's Koopa Troop is your favorite? Let me know in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching Jesse Hecht Creative. Make sure to click like, subscribe, share, and leave a comment. You can also visit us at jessehechtcreative.com for more reviews like this one. Thank you so much for watching, and keep being creative. Stay tuned.